What is up, guys? The E.L.T Nation here, and today's story is a pretty interesting one. It's about the time when I got into an altercation over my grandmother losing her charger, and it is pretty crazy. Now, I don't usually get into fights very often. I do get angry occasionally, and I would sometimes yell at my grandmother whenever a problem is not solved or things don't work as intended, but that is the furthest I will go. I do not hit my grandmother or abuse her in any way. Usually, when I do get angry, I'm able to actually control that anger by using breathing techniques, and it usually helps in situations so that I don't let it turn into a physical fight. But, anyways, if you enjoyed this story, make sure you like and let's just start this. This story takes place a year ago, and there's a little backstory to this story. 2 days prior to this incident, my mom actually used my grandmother's charger because she needed to use it to charge up her phone because it was low on battery. So I allowed her to use it, and she did, and there was no problem with that whatsoever. So it all starts off as a normal day. It was a Saturday, and I had no plans. Pretty much all I was going to do was catch up on work that needed to be completed because I knew that some of my assignments was due the next day, and I did not want to miss that or turn it in late because some teachers do not accept late assignments whatsoever. So that was what I was doing. I ate lunch, had a ham sandwich, and then I started completing my school assignments. Fast forward to nighttime. This is where the story kind of picks up. It starts off after dinner. I went in my room and pretty much listened to music the entire time because I was bored and I didn't have nothing to do. And my family was just downstairs having a party, just playing cards. And a couple hours later, it was around 12:30, almost 1 a.m. at this point. My grandmother comes upstairs, and my mom is pretty much left the house and everybody else. So she came upstairs, and I was just getting ready to go to bed at this point. And she ends up calling me because she can't find her charger. And she starts off the conversation by saying, "Do you have my cord?" To which I replied with no, and that was not a lie. I really did not have it. The only reason I would have her cord it was when mine was not working or the wire was pretty much destroyed or my charger is lost somewhere and I can't find it. But that was not the case. I had my cord the entire time and I did not need my grandmother's cord, which means that I did not have it on me. So I tell her that I don't have her cord. She doesn't believe me and she thinks that I have it in my room somewhere. That's what she immediately assumed when she called me. And I got really mad and I called her a liar. And I even said I was going to call my mom and tell her about this and basically threatening her, basically. Now, there was no reason for me to get upset because throughout this anger and throughout this encounter, I quickly realized that my mom used my grandmother's charger 2 days before this. So I could have acted more tactfully and actually explained that my mom actually used my grandmother's charger and that there could be a possibility that her cord is probably downstairs where she left it. And if I would have done that, this situation would have ended a lot more peacefully, and she would have got her charger a lot sooner. But I did not do that. I just let my emotions dictate the outcome of the situation, which is not good. And after telling her this, she tells me that she doesn't remember my mom grabbing it. And it's pretty obvious because my grandmother was pretty much drunk that night when my mom took it. So she had no memories of that night. And plus, she's getting older too, so pretty much when you get older, your mind starts to not function well. And it was understandable. But she ends up hanging up the phone, and even though I said a few cuss words during the call and called her a liar, everything worked out in the end because I would say 10 minutes after this, I was able to calm down, and I sent a video to my mom. I recorded one and I sent it to my mom, just calmly explaining the situation and just praying that things will be better in the future, which they actually were, because my grandmother actually got her charger the next day. She found it downstairs, and that was pretty much the end of that story. Pretty crazy story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I will see you guys later. God bless you all and peace.